Yes. Hello and welcome to Telemarksveka. We have an exciting weekend ahead. Today is the 10K for women and 15K for men. Start is in 10 minutes and we already finished the junior races actually. Ragnar, can you tell us about the results for the junior women?
Yeah, the junior women, I will say the best Norwegian girls was at the start. And for me, a little bit surprised that the strong up-and-coming junior national team athlete, Mila Hagen Andreasen, that actually won all her races in Norway this winter. She was placed second.
But it was a tight fight. 1.6 second behind the winner.
1.6, it was a really good fight there, and I'm impressed by the winner, Mabel Ovedy Herskedal Amundsen. Impressive race from her.
Really strong. And first and second place, they had a big gap down to the third place.
There we had an Italian girl, Anna Maria Giddi. She was 41.4 seconds behind the winner, so 40 seconds behind the second place. And the national junior team athlete Tuvanine Brusven Jensen was at the fourth place.
So juniors are done. We're waiting for the seniors. Start in 10 minutes. Who's your favorite runner?
I will say, from the Norwegian perspective, I think Tiril Weng will be really strong. She's a brilliant sprinter and a lot of power, and she gets the energy through the movements and really well on roller skis. Weng sisters has impressed us in Blink Festival many years now. So also beat Therese Johaug, we got the distance races there in the roller ski track. So she, from my perspective, she's the Norwegian favorite. And
because you told me before we went live, of course we have the Norwegian girls from the national team, but you told me we have one big outsider, and she's not Norwegian.
Yeah, Lynn Samskar from Sweden. I'm not able to count her medals from the World Championship anymore in roller skiing. I think it's 9 or 10 gold medals. She's extremely strong on roller skis, but also in the winter time. The last 2 winters she had a lot of problems, frozen fingers after the long distance race in Switzerland, and that spoiled her season last year. But this winter she was sick 4 times, so she never got that season she hoped for. But also in the World Cup for sprint, she has I think it's 4 or 5 top 6 places. So she's a really absolutely among the favorites, and maybe the biggest favorite.
And Lynn, she's been focusing on Visma Ski Classics the past 2 years. How do you think she will do in a 10K?
She has absolutely been doing double poling more than skating the last 2 years, but last summer she won also the Blink Festival sprint there. Even after 3 months with almost only double poling, and all the best Norwegians was there, and Swedes, Maja Dahlqvist was there. but Lynn won it, and she took the lead when it was 500 meters left from the race and sprinted in front of the others. So even she has been focusing on double poling, she has kept her skating skills alive. So I don't think it will affect her negative. Maybe it's a developed her.
We can hear some interviews with the Norwegian girls. They can tell us that they're pretty excited for the races and also a bit nervous. First competitions in a long time for some of them.
Yeah, normally we have a race in Holmenkollen in the beginning of June, but that race has not been organized this year. So this will be the first race since the winter time for almost all the Norwegian girls, I think. So maybe some of them did the Kirkebakken Grand Prix at Hamar last week, but most of them will be the first race for a couple of months. And
at the interview here in Norwegian, I can hear them asking the skiers about the fight against the specialist, the roller ski specialist. I know you have some thoughts about that.
Yeah, from my my opinion on that is, I think it's not the best question. And why that? We are all skiers, and some of us is born in an area without that much snow, and we get into skiing maybe through roller skiing, but everyone here is roller skiing a lot, 8, 7, maybe 9, 10 months a year. So all of us, or all of them, are roller ski specialists and ski specialists. They are skiers. So differences between them. It's not so actual to give an answer that someone are more specialist than the others. If you have lived your life without snow at all, then you are a roller ski specialist because you don't know maybe the snow feeling. But here, all of them are skiers, and some of them have been naturally, because of where they are born, more access to roller skiing than to snow sports. But they're all skiers, and some of them are stronger on roller ski, some of them are stronger on snow.
Yeah, but there's no doubt that some skier has a technique that's more beneficial for roller skiing.
That's for sure. That's for sure. But also you can see the best skiers are able to adjust the technique based on the conditions they are at. You see, even if you look at Johannes Klæbo, he's not skiing the same way when it's 15 centimeters with soft snow, or if it's icy tracks. He do some adjustments, and he is a brilliant roller skier as well, because he adjusted for the asphalt. And the same did Petter Northug back in the days. He was the best one in all kind of conditions. So the best technicians are able to adjust the technique based on the conditions they are at. And today it's asphalt.
It's going to be an interesting race for sure. We could see the profile. We heard that it's a pretty fast track. This roller ski track was built last year. It's 3.3K. Not the steepest hills.
No, it's. I think it will be exciting races. The average speed will be high, and but you don't, when you don't have the steepest hills uphill, you don't have the steepest downhills, and that means that you get less rest. You need to push on, push. You need to work on all the time. So I mean, as we saw on the juniors, they was really exhausted when they come across the finish line, also because of the temperature.
Yeah, I think the heat will be something to watch out for today. It's warm, and we saw some of the juniors. They were literally exhausted when they crossed the finish line.
Yeah, they was. And here you see the Italian team, and the one in the middle there, Lele Beckis, Emanuel Beckis. He's what we can say that he's born with wheels, and then went to skiing on snow. He actually started his career on roller skating, and then on roller skis, and then on snow. But we can talk more about that when the male starts later. But yeah. But anyway, the track. Normally we will not recommend to drink during 10K. and maybe not drinking today either. But what do you think? I believe it's can be a good thing to just cool down a little, to get some water in the face or in the mouth.
Yeah, maybe halfway, get some water. But it's, of course, really important today to remember to drink a lot before you start. Be hydrated.
Definitely. If you're not on the start, then you are then you will get a tough race.
So we have 22 competitors in the women's race today from 5 different countries. A lot of Norwegians, some girls from Germany, one girl from Latvia, and Lynn from Sweden.
And a question many are asking: why isn't it more foreign skiers, more nations on the start? It's hard to say why, but I know in Sweden they had a season opening for 2 weeks ago with the Rollerski National Cup. It was a whole national team was there, and it was a good prize money. So it's but they have camps in the national teams now, and that's why it's not that many seniors from Sweden at the start place.
And bib number 1 is ready. Hanne Garberg.
From Orkdal in Trondheim, or close to Trondheim. She's a sprint specialist, so 10K will perhaps be a bit long. She's one of those that enjoys super sprint, so you see her traveling around Scandinavia to take part in the shorter sprints there. It looks like her poles are a bit tall.
And we can watch the roller skis. Everyone in the competition used the same roller skis. And that's one thing I really like about roller ski races. There's no differences on the skis.
Oh, exactly. It's really easy to get the competition fair. And here IDT is sponsoring the event, and that's why all the racers are using IDT. IDT is a Norwegian brand from your home city.
Almost Toten. Lena. I wouldn't say I'm from Toten, but pretty close.
Pretty close. Gjøvik, you're from.
Merle Richter, bib number 3. She studies in the US at Northern Michigan University.
A girl born and raised in lowland of Germany, so it's very big variations in the snow conditions there during the winter, and because of that, roller skiing has been an important part of her ski life.
And she's been skiing a lot of roller ski World Cup earlier, junior.
Both her and her sister Julia.
And Julia also studies in the US at Utah. She's a national champion in college ski. Bib number 4, Ragnhild Årekol from Vindafjord.
A small place at the west coast of Norway, not far from the city Haugesund. Club has raised a couple of good athletes that have been in the Junior World Championship and Under 23 World Championship in cross-country skiing.
Bib number 5, Ane Stenseth, national team, but she's a sprinter. And as we can see, the bib is ranked, and she's not in the ranked group. This race is from distance points. So I don't know, what do you think we can expect from Ane today in 10K?
A really powerful skier, and she's good in high speed, but even better in classic than skating. So if it was classic today, I would say she will be one of the favorites to come top 10 and maybe 5. But in skating, I'm not sure. But top 10, I believe really she will be.
Another German girl, Melina Schottes.
She's from Topton in Germany. Done a lot of classic ski classic races the last seasons, but also been taking part in World Cup roller skiing the past years.
Bib number 7, Hanna Larsen from Heddal. That's probably as close as you can come home ground today.
Been a member of the private team Telemark the previous years, but that's shut down now, so I don't know which team or which way she will go. Kitty Osina, Latvia, from Madonna. Madonna is the ski center, or the main ski center in Latvia. They have a ski gymnasium there, and a really nice roller ski track that has been hosting World Championship in roller skiing in 2019, where I was lucky to be, and had good memories from that place.
Bib number 9 from Italy, Elisa Sordello.
She's doing a lot of roller ski races, and I think her main focus is in the roller ski races. And but I'm not sure if she's able to stay to keep up the pace in 10K. But it looks like she put a lot in it out from the start. So at the first timekeeping after 1.1 kilometer, I think she will be high up on the list.
Nora Sandnes from Kjelsås. Kjelsås has some really strong girls that just became seniors. Nora is representing Team Elon in addition to Kjelsås, the regional team. Bib 10. Sigrid Føyen started in front of her, also from Kjelsås, and the girls from Kjelsås actually took the silver medal in the Norwegian relay. They also have Guro Jorheim, who's starting at Bib 15, and Karianne Dengerud, Kristin Maltun Helland. That's a really strong club there. So it's going to be exciting to see how these girls are going to...
A good club there also. Their head coach is a German former Olympic skier, Elisabeth Chico.
We have the first athlete at 2K, Anne Garberg. So this is just the first lap out of 3. So how would you pace this race, Ragnar? 10K, pretty flat course, but still.
A control start, but with high speed. If you lose too much in the start here, you will not be able to catch it, I think. But you need to. You cannot go all in from the start, because as we was into at the beginning here, when it's not that steepest hills uphill, you don't get those steep downhills as well, where you can rest. So you need to keep up the pace, and so a control, powerful start is my recommendations.
And we can see that Richter took the lead with 30 seconds. It's a big gap after only 2K, but Anne Stenseth is on her way, and she has 30 seconds to get the best time. Looks pretty controlled.
Absolutely. But you see here, as you see, powerful skiing. To take her time, to have good timing and fulfill the movement is important, especially when it's kind of flat track like here. If you stress, you lose a lot and you waste energy.
And Stenseth takes the lead with almost 10 seconds, but we have some strong girls coming from the back, and we'll have to wait and see how this time holds up.
So Anne Stenseth and Merle Richter have the same pace from 1.5 to 2K. Lead 10 seconds for Hanna Larsen. She's also, I believe she's also a better sprinter and distance skier. So it will be exciting to see if she can keep up the pace for 10K. But maybe she feels that she's skiing on the home field, and can be a bonus for her.
Ragnhild Haga at the start, bib number 18. She's back on the national team after a year with a private team.
former Olympic champion from 2018 in South Korea. More hills will be better for her, I think. I think the average speed in the track will be maybe too high for her when Beng and Samskar comes up after her, but definitely among the favorites to be top 3. A brilliant skater.
And there we have Lynn Samskar, Ragnar's favorite today. Let's see if she can live up to his expectations.
She won the season opening sprint in Sweden in the National Cup in Alem for 2 weeks ago. We had a couple of technique sessions the last 2 weeks. That so her job today is to work on the technique.
And that can often be a tricky thing. Remember to focus on the technique when you're in a race. You're nervous, you're not used to competing, and you start focusing on pushing and pushing instead of focusing on your technique.
Definitely. And especially in when it's long time between the races, athletes often stress too much. Here you see a really high pace out from the start with Kristin
Osnes
from Fossum, just west for Oslo.
And the Norwegian B team. Last girl on the start, Tiri Ludnesveng.
In my opinion, the Norwegian favorite. Really powerful skier, a lot of good sprint results in the World Cup winter time, and also in the roller ski races in Norway. And I saw an interview with her before it started. For her it was excited the first time she do a roller ski World Cup race, but it is no different between this race and the other races she do in roller skiing. So in Blink Festival or Topprettsveka, or when she has been in the roller ski races in Telemark in the past years, it's the same thing, just a title on the event. So Telemark, let me see some pictures from the district. What we can say about Telemark, Sandra?
Telemark. Let's. So today we're in Notodden, right outside Notodden, and not far away from Notodden is Morgedal, and Morgedal is known as the cradle of skiing. Sondre Norheim is born in Morgedal.
And several times the Olympic fire has been started in Morgedal.
Yes.
The flame, Olympic flame.
Yeah, Sondre Norheim, known as the father of modern skiing. The Olympic flame was lit in Morgedal for the 1952 Olympics in Oslo and 1960 Olympics in Squaw Valley.
Marcus Skånes was passing there in the picture. Daughter of Øyvind Skånes, that is famous for doing a brilliant lap on World Championship relay in 1993 in Valdisjemme. And he became a world champion in relay.
And we have girls passing the 4.3. Ane Stenseth in the lead. But we're really waiting to see the girls passing the 2.0K mark.
She's losing shots. She was in the lead for 10 seconds before Ane Stenseth at 4.3.
Yep, 2.0. And we have some new leaders there. We have Marte Skånes in the lead, 1.5 in front of Margrethe Bergane, and Ragnhild Haga, number 3, 1.7 behind Skånes.
It's really tight. It's only 4 seconds between the first and the fifth, Julie Myhre. And Myhre is a sprint skating phenomenon in Norway. Really good to handle high speed, so be exciting to see how she will handle the distance.
And here is Lynn, hopefully focusing on her technique.
Definitely.
And 10 seconds lead. That's a good start.
Really strong opening, and I'm happy to see what she did there technically. The big difference has been in the work we did the last two sessions. It's the leg work and the movement of the arms.
Kristin Fosnes with the really fast start out from the start line.
She puts a lot more effort into every push. She's using more energy, so it costs more for her to ski that way than Lynn.
And she's 2 seconds behind Lynn, but still a clear second place.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting to see if she can hold up this pace.
It looked a bit stressful, but she's a strong skier, so it definitely can be possible for her to do a really strong race. Norva Sandnes, the Chelsea skier from Alem, Team Alem. The clear lead.
Clear lead for Nora. And Nora is actually studying medicine in addition to skiing. So a future doctor there.
Impressive.
Julie Myhre, new on the national team, A-team, and she takes the lead.
You see that she takes her time, good timing, fulfilling the push, no stress.
And Tiril Ludnesving passed the 2.0 mark, so all racers have now passed 2K. Tiril passed in 10th place, 20 seconds behind Lynn. So Lynn, your favorite for the race, Ragnar, is in the lead.
Strong pace of Margrethe Bergane at 4.3. Breathing hardly, and it looked like she was into the red zone there at the top of the hill, and then she gets some rest. So that's also about doing a good ski race, is to also read the terrain, read the curves, read the hills, so you know when you can push and cross the red zone to get back in the mid zone after the downhills, and you can continue to keep up the pace.
Marte Skånes on her way to 4.3. She has 15 seconds left to take the lead.
Looks like that's going well. 3.6 ahead of Bergane.
And that was 2 seconds at 2K, so she has a positive trend there.
And really controlled skiing. Could push better with a leg work over the top of the hill there. She was a little bit too short in the pushes, but did it well.
You can see the audience has a great day here today. Not the worst day to watch a roller ski race.
That's why many athletes enjoying the roller ski races that much, that the temperature makes it easier to be social. You don't need to stress to get out and get it back in the warm room after passing the finish line. You get some water and you can talk with the fans and talk with your competitors. It's a social game. Haga, just married with the brother of Anders Glørsen, the medalist from 15K in the World Championship in Falun 2015, Øyvind Glørsen. is her husband.
Ragnhild takes third place, 10 seconds behind Marte Skånes.
Maybe see some more.
And she was only 2 seconds behind Skånes at 2.OK, so Skånes has a good pace now.
Definitely.
Here we get Lynn up to 4.3.
Not her favorite technique, what she do now. She enjoys more when it comes to the high speed techniques, but keep up the pace, work over the top of the hill. Also here you saw that stiff legs and short pushes, but it's definitely a hard climb there.
Yeah, she looked pretty tired at the top, but she's getting some rest in the downhill there, so.
Looks like she's keeping up the pace. Fosnes. Takes the lead. No, third place.
Third place, right behind Skånes.
So only 1 second slower from 3.3 to 4.3 from Fosnes and Lynn. So definitely into the game and is still among the candidates to win.
Yeah, we have 4 girls within 12 seconds. Lynn Samskar, Marte Skånes, Kristin Fosnes and Margrethe Bergane.
And at the 5th place, Ragnhild Haga, I believe 18 seconds is too much to close the gap in this track, but we will see.
And then there's a gap from Ragnhild down to several girls around 30 seconds behind. And we can probably already now say that they're not going to fight for the win today.
No, it's true. The wing is working good over the top, so she looks like she has the same pace, but it's not skiing fast enough today. But in classic skiing, she's a little bit step up. Sordello is coming. Elisa, number 9.
And we can see Nora Sandnes from Kjelsås in the back here.
Powerful pushes. On roller skis you can get more effort out of it, better result of the pushes if you have a little bit more vertical push. The pushes from Sandnes was too much horizontal. So a little bit harder push at the beginning, you will get more better answer from the asphalt than the pushes.
So we can see that the girls from the national team is not up with the top spots today. Pretty interesting. I know they had a training camp at Sognefjellet with a lot of training, but
it's pretty much the same for all the athletes at the start here. I think it's no one has tried to peak the shape. It's in the middle of a hard training period for everyone here. So, but when you come from snow skiing, you maybe are a little bit more slower in the muscles. You need to speed it up a bit with some sessions on roller skis again before you feel really fresh.
most of the girls are out on their last lap now. Marte Skånes passing here.
Good technique, good timing, get the vertical push.
3.3k left for Marte Skånes.
Merle Richter in the back of Weng. And since the skis on roller skis are shorter than on the snow skis, it's possible to stay closer up in the back on your competitors, and you save more energy than you do in the wintertime. That's one of the biggest differences between cross-country skiing and roller skiing when it comes to good skiing with others.
Merle Richter, born in 2001, second year as a senior.
Melina Schatz had a good start, but she has slowed down during the race, and you see now she's not skiing the same technical moves. Tired skier you see there, but she's pushing hard and definitely will work hard all the way in.
And we can see a German duel here. Two German girls fighting for the top spot among the first starters. And we can see the difference here for Anna up this hill. First lap, she was V2 pretty easily. Now it was V1. Pretty big difference there from lap 1 to 3.
There it costs a lot.
$8.6K, our last TV point before the finish line. We're waiting for Nora Sandnes. She will take a big lead. 1 minute and 11 seconds.
That's a lot. A good
race from Nora.
Baden is skiing really fast at the moment. She's one of those that has the highest pace in among them all. Skanes is the one that's skiing fastest at the moment.
At our last TV point, 4.3K, Margrethe had a lead at Nora with 20 seconds, and now we can see that it's getting bigger. Bergane is keeping the high pace.
A really strong race, and she's fighting, a real fighter.
She will fight for the podium today.
Definitely.
And we have our first skier at finish. Merle Richter,
the
German who studies in the US.
Skanes, really strong race. She's doing it brilliantly with the technique, and she's keeping up the pace. A really good day for her, looks like. And at the moment, she's the favorite for the win. So let's see if Lynn is able to answer, but it looks like it will be a win for Skanes, I believe. And that curve is getting more and more difficult as more tired you are.
Melina on her way to the finish line.
A real fighter. She was looking really tired for 2 kilometers ago, but has done a good race here.
And she increased against Richter with 7 seconds from the last point, so that was a good finish.
You see they are ready with water when they're crossing the finish line to cool them down. It's tough conditions out there. It's a fantastic summer weather, but when you are skiing as fast as you can, it's you suffer when it's that high temperatures. Here Lynn comes, a little bit more stressed in the movements now. She works hard.
And she's behind Skånes.
It's very typical when you see that when you get positive feedbacks, it's easy to keep the control movements and ski well with the timing. And when you get negative feedbacks during the race, it's easy to stress up and use more energy than you need to do.
Lynn Samskar still second place, but only 5 seconds down to Ragnhild Haga in third place. And there's a close fight between Ragnhild Haga and Margrethe Bergane. So
there's still 4 athletes fighting.
Fighting for the podium.
Or even maybe 5 with Kristin Fosnes as well. She's only 6 seconds behind Haga at 8.1 kilometer. So between Lynn, at 8.1 kilometer between Lynn and Kristin Fosnes, it's only 15 seconds.
And Lynn is the skier with a negative trend here.
It is, and you saw the technique was going also in the wrong direction, so it will be a fight.
Marte Skånes.
Fantastic race. Fantastic race. I'm really impressed of how she made this race. It looks easy when you see athletes in that good shape, and when they're doing it that well technically as well, it looks so easy.
Marte new on the Norwegian national team this year, and that can be interesting. Everything is new. We train with really good athletes.
And as we can see here, even she's new and in the team of together with Rutinated. Let's hear what she say now.
Marte is talking about the training camp the national team has been on, saying that she felt a bit heavy today and lately. Anna Hagen
and Haga into for the finish. It's interesting to see, when you look at Ragnhild Haga, it looks like she's skiing much faster than Skånes did. But it's because of the timing and the power you get through the movements. So Skånes was skiing faster with lower frequency. A good race from Haga, a good finish.
Let's see if Lynn can keep up with this finish pace. Here she comes into the 180-degree turn.
It will be tight.
15 seconds.
It's about seconds here.
It will be close, and she's right behind.
Right behind. That's about how much was it?
0.3 seconds.
Yeah. And I hear that the Norwegian commentators on the Norwegian TV says that Lynn is a Rollerski specialist, and still I find that really weird that they can say that a girl from Umeå, northern Sweden, that is born in the winter, is a Rollerski specialist. She's a skier, and I don't know best results on roller skis, but definitely a skier as them all.
Fosnes on her way to the finish line. Good race.
A really good finish, good sprinter, 4th place. 7 seconds behind podium, no more, 17.
And we're waiting for the last skier in the women's race, Udnesveng. But the podium is clear. 3rd place, Lynn Samskar. 2nd place, Ragnhild Haga. And winner, Marte Skånes. 31 seconds ahead of Ragnhild and Lynn.
You can see on Kristin here suffering of the heat.
Tiril Udnesveng fighting for top 10.
One of my favorites today, but I was missing there. Tomorrow it's sprint skating, and I think she will be among once more among the top candidates. What Marte Skånes shows here is, I do expected, of course we knew that she was a good skier, but this much.
She had some really good races at the end of the season and showed some really fast skiing, but it looks like she has used the time from season ending until now really well.
That's for sure. For 30 seconds in a track like this, it's a lot. There's nothing you can change for a couple of days to beat that.
So we can see Fosnes and Bergane from the Norwegian B team, 4th and 5th place. Julie Myhre, A team, 6th place. And then we have Nora Sandnes from the regional team, Team Elon Oslofjord, and Kjelsås, 7th place. German girls, 11th and 13th. $18 girls finishing. We had a few girls not starting today.
Let's hear what Tyrell says.
And Tyrell says this is as expected. She did not really prepare for this race.
It's a part of a training camp, so a bit tired after, but you've been in Telemark for a week before this.
But still, more than a minute behind. But she says she's not really worried.
And she's enjoying the track. once more that mentioning that she's talking about important that Norwegian girls are beating the Rollerski specialists from northern Sweden. That's a weird thing for me. It will never stop being weird.
Here we can see Lynn up the longest hill. You talked about Lynn's technique earlier in the race. What do you think about the start versus the end?
One more time, Sondre, I was listening to the Norwegian commentators here.
Looking at Lynn's technique during the race, what do you think? You were happy with the start, but
it was too much stressful movements. When you saw her passing from 6K to 10K, it happened a big change in her technique. She got more tired, and when athletes get more tired, then you think that you need to compensate with effort, and often it goes worse with the technique then. To keep the calm movements and get the good timing, to get all the energy the correct way, use the gravity and get the vertical push. And that was what I was missing when I saw Lynn skiing the last 4K here. But she did really good technically skiing out from the start, especially the first 6, and then it happened that change.
We can see some of the boys here getting ready for their race. Start time 6:45, 25 minutes, and we will have the first guy starting. For the boys, we have 49 competitors today from 11 different nations.
And next time we see the girls competing in a start field like this will be in the beginning of August, late July, I think, in Blink Festival.
24 minutes until the start for the boys. We will take a short break.
Vi skal straks ha premieutdeling, altså. Vi venter på de 6 beste. Og den aller beste har jeg her. Det var jo en overlegen seier, Marte Skånes. Fortell om løpet du nå litt etter starten. Du er ny på A-laget for damer. Hvordan har det funket så langt?
Jeg trives så langt, ja. Så jeg fikk gode svar i dag, så jeg blir artig fremover.
Det er bra. Gratulerer. Vi har stor applaus til Marte Skånes, som vinner overlegget i dameklassen. Og vi skal ha premieutdeling med Skånes, Haga, Samskar, Fosnes, Bergane og Myhre. Nå begynner de første å dukke opp her. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the prize-giving ceremony for the FIS World Cup Rollerski at Notodden, Norway, the ladies senior class. In third place, representing Sweden, Lynn Samskar. Second place and runner-up, representing Norway, Åsen idrettslag, Ragnhild Glørsen Haga. And the winner from Norway, Strindheim idrettslag, Trondheim, Marte Skånes. Og vi fortsetter med de neste på fjerdeplass, fourth place, Kristin Auskum Fossnes, Fossum idrettsforening. Nummer 5, Margrethe Bergane, kommer idrettslag Drammen. Og nummer 6, Julie Myhre, Byåsen-skipper fra Trondheim. We will hand over the World Cup leader jersey to the World Cup leader Marte Skånes. Og gi dere en kjempeapplaus alle som så flinke på tribunen. Marte Skånes, Ragnhild Haga, Lynn Samskar, Kristin Auskum Fossnes, Margrethe Bergane og Julie Myhre. stor applaus og gratulerer, og vi har nå cirka 15 minutter igjen da til herrenes start. Vi skal gå 5 runder.
And we can see the girls getting their prizes. The podium, Lynn Samskar, Ragnhild Haga, and Marte Skånes. 20,000 Norwegian kroner for the victory. 2,000 euros.
Approximately, yeah. 3 girls with 3 strong races, different races.
Yeah.
Like Skånes, I think maybe had at least the same pace all the way, maybe even faster the second half. Lynn had a really strong start, the first 5, and then she got the opposite curve of Skånes. And Ragnhild was more or less maybe was skiing the same way all the time.
Yeah. Stable race from Ragnhild, and it ended up being a difference of 30 seconds from first to second place.
And to get that in perspective, what Marta did now, it was 10k on roller skis, but from the World Cup in winter in Falun, that it was the last 10k race in World Cup, Marta beat Ragnhild with 3 seconds there. It doesn't have to mean anything, but anyway, it's even that proves that the race Marte Skånes did was really strong today. And in Falun she was 9, and Haga was 11. And about Lynn, at the season opening in Sweden for 2 weeks ago, she won the sprint there. So tomorrow it will be her favorite distance. And at the distance race, she had a much better day today than she had for 2 weeks ago. She had been 4 times since January, and during May she was not training that much because of illness. So her shape goes up and in the correct direction. So it will be exciting to follow them all. The 3 girls, or of course more of them, the rest of the rollerski season now for the winter.
And we can see a name such as Anna Hagen, 10th place today, first year senior. She was one of the best junior skiers in Norway last year, and she had top 5 in the national champs for seniors. But she had a tough day today. 240 behind the winner. The transition from junior to senior skier, that's a hard transition.
That's a hard transition, and a lot of athletes have been shocked about that transition, and it's hard to say why it's that big gap. It can also be that she had a hard day because of the heat. Maybe she was not hydrated at the start. But the way we saw her skiing was that it's a big gap from the best senior girls. But she's young and had many years to develop her level, and maybe in 5-6 months it will be a couple of steps up.
We can see interview with Simen Hegstad Krüger, one of the favorites today.
Definitely, he's a really strong roller skier and skier, of course. But for him, the transition between roller skiing and snow skiing is not a big thing. So I believe he will ski fast.
So, Hegstad Krüger, one of the favorites. Have you looked on any other names you would like to mention before the start? Ragnar?
Yeah,
We can see, we can see Emil Iversen here getting interviewed. He had a tough season last year.
He had. He was not happy about it and was hoping for more, that's for sure. A pretty good start at the season, but then it got hard.
Emil is telling that this is pretty much his first race since the Olympics. And that's a long period without competitions.
It is.
It's gonna be exciting to see how Emil will do today.
He was offensive.
Hans Christer Holund, another favorite. The race today is 16K, 5 laps of 3.3K. The new FIS rules says that World Cup this season will be 10K for the men. However, the World Champs will be 15K.
Yeah. It's a pretty big change actually, from 15 to 10K. And Hans Christer Holund has maybe he enjoys uphills and long uphills, hard uphills. And this track maybe is for him too flat to make him as the strongest that he can be. But he will. I don't believe that we will see that he meet the wall. I think he will. he will keep it up and be able to push hard all the way.
We can see the boys are warming up. Nyenge, Skar, Tønseth. First start in 8 minutes, but these guys are in the back of the field and start around 7:05. We can see them warm up running. What's your experience with running as a warm-up before a hard roller ski skate race?
They're discussing Norwegian TV now. They are discussing the international competition here and who will be the most, the strongest competitor to the Norwegian national team. And they are mentioning the world champion from the last world championship in Val di Fiemme last year in roller skiing, Matteo Tanell. And Matteo is. He was in the junior national team in cross-country skiing back in the days. Now he's doing ski classics during the winter and a lot of roller ski races during the summer. But he's a really good skater, much better in skating than he is in double poling. So and today, this weekend, it's 15 skate here and sprint tomorrow and double poling or long distance classic on Sunday. So today will be the chance for Matteo to beat the Norwegians, I think. But if he will manage to do that, we will see. But I think he will be the strongest international competitor to the Norwegian national team athletes today.
Another name to look out for is Alem. He had a promising season last year. A lot of improvement, and he has a cool story. Alvar Alvar's an Estonian skier, but he moved to the US 6 years ago. And in the US, he met some Norwegian skiers and got really fascinated by the Norwegian training system and how the Norwegian were thinking about training. So after finishing his studies in the US at the University of Colorado, Alvar moved to Norway. And now he's a part of Norwegian club, Norwegian coach, full Norwegian training program. And this is his third year with this program. And last year he had a lot of improvement. And at his best, he was fighting for top 20 in the World Cup. So that's a guy I'm looking forward to follow today.
From Estonia.
From Estonia.
And at the moment, the best distance skier from Estonia.
He's the best distance skier from Estonia. He got a prize from the Ski Federation late May. An award showing he was the best male skier from Estonia. We also have an interesting guy from Latvia.
Raimo Vigans.
And he had maybe his best race of the season in the Olympics.
Yeah, top 30 in the sprint. He had been close to qualify a couple of times, but did his first top 30 ever international championship race in the Olympics, so that was a good day for him. He's also from Madonna, the national ski center in Latvia, and for I think it's 2 years ago he was 5th place in under 23 World Championship in 30 skating. He's a mass start specialist. He always do his best races in the mass starts. So if he is lucky to get a good back here, it can be an awesome race. I believe the track is suits you well.
On the first page here, we could see skiers from Chile and Australia. Pretty exotic, but they're both Norwegian.
Yeah, I don't know much about the athlete from Chile, but the name looks really Norwegian. But Lars Youngvik, he's actually from the same club as I'm competing for, Njord. I know he's born in Australia, and his mother was at the national team in orienteering, the Australian national team in orienteering. So he's born in Australia and has an Australian mother, but now lives in Norway with his family.
And he competed in the Olympics for Australia.
Skate sprint is his best distance. So tomorrow will be his best opportunities.
With the experienced champion on Rollerski, number 8.
And we have seeding in the start list today. The seeded group starts at bib 26, and there's a B seed and A seed, and there will be B, A, B, A, B, A until we have all the skiers starting.
The first A-seeded athlete is Daniel Stock. Been in the B team, national B team for some years, but now he's out of the national group. He has done some strong World Cup races as well, but not been at the top of his level last winter. So now he's out of the national B team.
And after Daniel Stock at bib 29, we have Andreas Jorunre, the Norwegian champion at 50K. Pretty surprising, young guy.
Born in 2000. Many good years ahead of him, I think.
And the rumor says he's training a lot. 140 hours in July last year. Before he actually had a down period and felt that the body had enough training. But still he managed to get back on track and win the Norwegian Championship. We're getting close to the start. Bib number 1, Alberto Dalla Via from Italy.
He's a classic specialist. Normally he's better in classic than he is in skating.
And first racer is out on the track. Markus Lindheim from Gulset, born in 1999. Next up we have some German skiers.
First, number 3 is Max Badenshausen. He was the 12th among the juniors in 30K Classic this winter. So his strongest winter result last winter was in Classic skiing. So maybe we'll have an even better race at Sunday, but it will be exciting to follow him in skating today. And Moritz Kirchner from Leipzig. Leipzig is in the lowland of Germany, and not much snow there during the winter, so he is pretty much roller skiing all year around. But he also participates at snow when he is able to do that. Looks like he is respecting the track and try to have a controlled pace out from the start.
And that's probably not a bad tactic today. The heat, 16K.
And what we saw among the girls, it was a controlled start that made the best result.
Without doubt. And this guy starting early can be lucky and get a good back later on in the race.
In Italy, the athletes are, many of them are living down in the valleys, and they are skiing uphill, and then they have to drive with car or bus down the hills again. So they are either skiing flat or uphill if they don't have any roller ski tracks available. So that's interesting. They have had some really strong athletes during back in the days that was really strong in flat and uphill. But when it came to roller ski tracks, they were struggling a lot, or ski tracks, because they was not used to train on the switches between the techniques that much as you need to do in the roller ski track or in the cross-country track. And here comes up the fastest skier on snow and roller skiing of all time, I will say. When I say the fastest one, that means that he's the best one from 0 to 100 or 0 to 200. And he's sprinting out from the start. It's maybe a show for him to show his speed. He will definitely not be able to keep up that pace during the track the whole 15K. So now it's a little bit show off.
But he's keeping it up here.
Yeah, but he is a pure sprinter, but he is awesome. He has the world record in 100 meter snow skiing, and had 3 gold medals in roller ski 200 meter. Here you have the one from Chile, Sebastian Endrestad, the Chilean guy with the Norwegian name. So,
and there's actually a timing point after 100 meters. and our Italian friend is leading by 4 seconds.
I should be there to give him a challenge. My plan was, who's wondering about why I'm sitting here and not competing, I'm having a stress fracture in my left foot, so I haven't been training normally since March. I had COVID, and after COVID I had 6 days with a lot of coaching of others, so I was having my skate skis on for 5-6 hours a day during the whole week with customers for coaching, and after that I got my injury in my feet and it's not good yet, so hopefully I will join the competitions in September, but it will be hard to get back before that, I think.
Because without your injury, Ragnar, you would be one of the favorites tomorrow.
I hope so. I have 2 victories in the sprint in Bø, and 1 second place. And when I got second place, I was 10, 15, maybe 27 centimeters behind Johannes Klæbo. So my goal this winter was to come to be really strong at the start line tomorrow at the sprint, but I need to keep it up 1 more year then.
We're looking forward to see you on the start line next year, Ragnar. But right now it's Martin Linnebo Mollestad on the start line from Oddersjå, south in Norway.
Club based in Kristiansand. It's a club with long traditions. They are actually organized. I've seen some photos from national championship in cross-country skiing there for many years ago, and it was no snow there. It was 20 centimeters with the snow on the track, but they managed to do the championship.
A lot of young guys here in the beginning. They've had some tough years, not being able to compete. In Norway, we had Norwegian Cup still being allowed, but that was limited to 80 racers. So the juniors coming up to seniors did not have enough or love enough FIS points to compete. So it's been some tough years for them, and it's nice to see they can compete here in World Cup roller skiing.
Yeah, that's for sure. Hopefully we are through the worst part of the COVID pandemic times, and we can enjoy both sport and a lot of other things more for the next years.
Jonas Styrli Thoresen from Røa, West Side Oslo.
Yeah,
and West Side Oslo have a lot of ski clubs.
They have, and some of them are also some of the largest in Norway, like Røa, you have Lyn, you have Heming, and a lot of youngsters in Jord and Vestraker Ski Club and Tree, and Team Bygde actually, down at the seaside, so it's an important district for Norwegian skiing. And Røa is, when I was a junior skier, they had 1 junior skier in Røa, and he was training with Njord. Today they have a group with somewhere between 30 and 40 junior skiers, so they are done a huge job for the recruitment at Røa. Really impressive. At 100 meter, Beckis is still leading now with 3.1 seconds. I think that's that time will be the leader there for the rest of the race.
It might look like the Italian guys had a competition here because they're top 3 Italy. Bib number 19. Jacopo Giardini from Italy.
He's also a mass start specialist.
Italy has a big crew here.
They have. They are having a strong national team in roller skiing, and been a change for many of the guys have been in the team for many years, has retired, so now it's a little change. But they have some young guys, strong skiers coming up, and they have the fun thing with roller skiing is that it's easy to find a discipline that suits you. If you are strong in uphill, if you have your pure climbed competitions, and you have here in the roller ski track, and you have sprints that is short, you have sprints that is normal length, and you also have mass starts that is totally flat, so you can find your discipline and be really good. Like in the cycling, actually. Tommaso Della Giacomo.
First camera point, 2K. We have Italy in the lead.
Looks like we will get a new lead here. Not with many seconds, but it will be.
Let's see, he has to get up the hill first. Yeah, you're right. 3.6 seconds.
An Italian.
You could see after the hill there, the flat was pretty wavy. Up and down, but pretty small uphills and downhills.
You need to stay in it and work and work and work. Not much rest. Each time you rest in those parts of the tracks, you know that you are losing time for those that is able to push. So if you are ambitious to do a top result, you need to stay in it and work on. Andreas Bergsland from Trusken Idrettslag is a strong, powerful skier. He was a former national junior champion in the sprint. He's born and raised in the same area as I grew up, in the south of Norway or southeast of Norway, in Sarpsborg, Fredrikstad. There is not much snow in the winter time. If you're lucky, there is artificial snow in Trusken. They are really hard working and a strong and a good club. And you have two athletes from that club today, Alem Korset, that is actually one of the challengers. He's a strong roller skier, definitely also in the winter time on skis. And what he showed at his best this winter when he was not out with COVID was impressive. So I believe he will be one of the guys that can challenge for the top 10.
Bib 25, Alexander Holmbo, first year senior. He was one of the best juniors in Norway last year.
Maybe even better in sprint.
Even better in sprint. So he's probably looking forward for tomorrow.
I believe so, and he's a tough guy in the heats, I know. I experienced that last year, those Holmbo brothers, his two brothers there. Skiing with a lot of effort and doing tough decisions during the races in the heats.
And we're getting into the seeded group now. Alexander Holmbo was the last starter before seeded group.
The 19, Jacopo Giardina, he's in that terrain. That is his strongest side in this track. Variations, using the V2 and V2 alternate is his strongest technique. When he goes into V1, he is not that technically brilliant, but in V2 and V2 alternate, he's really strong. And here is a good Leipziger. I tried to say it in German. I don't know how the pronouncement was, but the skier from Leipzig, Moritz Kirchner.
Our Italian friend Beckis, bib number 8, with the super fast start. He passed 2K. 17 seconds behind the leader.
Yeah, it was just a show. Maybe he wanted to warm up for a sprint tomorrow. But even tomorrow, I believe that the sprint is too long for him. But we will see. He's improving every day, every year. But he's strongest. What he is 3 times world champions at, and the world record holder is from 0 to 100 or 0 to 200. So 100 and 200 meters. So, but tomorrow he will have chances if he have a good day. Definitely speedy enough. The challenge will be the stamina.
James Klugne did not start the race today. A good sprinter. Hopefully we'll see him tomorrow.
Yeah, James Klugne, the British skier. I think his family lives in France.
Yeah, they do. And his girlfriend is from Czech.
Yeah,
So that's
Katarina Janatova.
international
Family.
Hjertelig velkommen til Telemarksveka til Grønkjær Arena her på Notodden. Som dere ser, så gutta allerede I gang med
And we can see in the background Hans Christer Holund, bib 33, getting ready.
Yeah, that's a fantastic skier and also a fantastic person. Definitely one of the favorites. Maybe not long enough and steep enough uphills for him to take the victory. But you should never say never for that fantastic strong athlete.
And behind Holund, bib 34, Mika Vermeulen. We talked about Alvar Alem earlier today, Estonian skier moving to Norway. Mika Vermeulen from Austria also moved to Norway.
For a couple of years now, I think. Maybe 3, but at least a couple of years. Austrian, he's former Nordic combiner. The first time I met him, he just made the transition from Nordic combined to cross-country skiing. I was taking part in the national championship in Austria for fun for some years ago, and I met him there. Offensive guy with a Dutch family, so he has relatives that has been competing in Rollerski World Cup for Holland.
And Mika had some really good results last season. 5th place in the World Champs U23 at Lygna in Norway.
And here Raimo Vigans is ready for a start. He's the mass start specialist, top 3rd in the Olympics in the sprint. His favorite technique is skating. If he is lucky and get a good back, he can be a top guy today. But if he needs to do the race all alone, I think it will be hard for him to go fight among the toppers.
And Raimo also lived in Norway for a short period.
Yeah, I think half a year.
Trondheim.
Yeah.
Now he's traveling and training a bit with the Estonian national team.
It's good to see that Baltic countries are cooperating. Another brilliant skater, Harald Amundsen. Medalist from Oberstdorf World Championship, and he is also a good sprinter. So in this high-speed track, I believe he can do a fantastic race. And one of my challengers today, Amund Korset,
from Trösken.
From Trösken. I represented that club in 4 years. When the club I grew up in was shut down, and I changed to Trösken, that is in the same city, Sarpsborg. And just a couple of, I guess 150 meters from where the house where Amund Korset grew up, former world champion grew up, Jens Arne Svartedal. So they are from the same neighborhood.
Sjur Røthe out on the track.
Fantastic skier, fantastic athlete.
If there's one guy who knows how to pace his start, that is Sjur.
Yeah, I would also say Håland. for sure he knows what he's doing. And Andrew Young is coming up. Also a skate specialist, if you can say that. At least the skate is the technique that he had made the best results. Disappointing Olympic games for the British team. They had big ambitions and they had 3 guys that at their best could be among the top guys, but they was not happy and lucky with it. Andrew had COVID and had a late arrival to Beijing. But he's back in it, and let's see how he will do it today. At tomorrow's sprint, I know he's strong on that track. I met him there and in that race, and he had a couple of podium places there. Canadian Joe Davis, born in 2001. Offensive start.
It says Joe Davis is from Canada, but he actually changed his citizenship to Great Britain.
Oh, really?
So he will join the British team the upcoming season and train with Musgrave and Young and Kuhlman.
That will be exciting to follow.
Lars Youngvik in the lead, Njord.
Njord and Australia.
And this is Alvar Alem. We talked about him earlier today. Moved to Norway to become a better skier. And he used the Rollerski treadmill as an important tool. To improve his technique and to track his improvement.
That's getting more and more common. You see also some of the top guys and ladies are investing in their own treadmill to have home, both in classic and also big treadmill. So it's a big investment to have a private
big
treadmill.
investment, 1.5 million kroner-ish.
150,000 euros approximately. So not for everybody. And you should have space enough to have it there as well. Krüger and Iversen.
It's a good back for Iversen. He did not have the fastest first lap, but if he can keep up with Seaman.
I saw also some seconds Matteo Tanel in the track there. It didn't look like him at his best, so I'm way too early to say it for sure, but I don't think we will see a top race from Tanel early in the season yet. It looked a little bit slow movements.
Martin Nyenge, winner of the 50k in Holmenkollen last season.
That was a strong moment. Just a couple of weeks after his father passed away.
And Nyenge gets Olund's back here. That's an interesting duo.
That's an interesting duo. It's we have 2 duos out there from the Norwegian national team, and they have been lucky with the scenery.
Kjetil Bånerud out from the start, former student at the Northern Michigan University in the US.
He's from a ski family.
Yeah.
His father has done a lot of work in Club Koll during his years, and he has he's a brother that is coach, and also the oldest one is a former athlete, and I think all of them have been studying in the US.
And Håvard Moseby, Bib 49, last starter of the day.
One of the biggest talents we have now, and also skiing for Kjelsås, the club we mentioned during the ladies race.
Kjelsås took silver medal for both men's and women's in the Norwegian National Championship.
It's a result of hard work in the club for many years. Doing a good work for the job with the recruitment there. Here we have Vermeulen and Birger Hartmann.
At 7.6K.
And Vermeulen is training a lot with the British team.
Vermeulen currently at 3rd place at 2K.
And Birger Hartmann, the German there, took the lead at 7.6K, 24.2 seconds ahead of Tommaso Della Giacomo.
Krüger and Iversen towards the 2K point. Surprising leader there currently, Joe Davis.
Yeah.
He's leading with 3.8 seconds on Henrik Dønnestad. 5.1 on Harald Esperamsen. Might be a bit hard opening for Joe Davis.
And look at Krüger, he's skiing so powerful and brilliant technique. Italian, bib number 21, Riccardo Lorenzo Masiero. 42.9 seconds behind Birger Hartmann. Holund and Nyenge, that will be a train.
And we saw Holund was in the front a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Now Nyenge is in the lead.
Looks like a
They
good
can
score.
work together during this race.
And it will be hard to beat them. It will be a dream for many of the others out there to be able to get their back. Of course, it costs a lot. It's not easy to stay there if you get it. But
2nd place for Nyenge at the first TV point.
So Joe Davis, the leader. When 48 athletes has passed.
I think I saw Sjur Røthe and Håvard Moseby together. So now we have 3 really strong viewers out there.
That's a bit funny that that actually happened. Coincidence. For their best, definitely. Number 30, Mikael Galassi. First time I met him was in the Junior World Championship in Rollerski in Croatia in 2007, so it's some years ago. Then he won the climb, classic climb there. And he had been in the national team group in biathlon for some years, but now he's not doing biathlon anymore, but professionally skiing and roller skiing. Something some Telemark traditions. It's a region in Norway with strong historic values for Norway, both in clothing and sports, dialects, clothing and national costumes. Tanel is coming up. Not his best day. Seen him stronger. Third place.
For the men's race, 16K is might be even more important than for the girls with the 10K to stay hydrated. We discussed if the girls should drink during a 10K, but for the boys 16K in this heat.
It's not easy to say how important it is to drink during the 15K, but at least it feels mentally good to get a little bit cool down, maybe get some water in your face, or you get some sugar in your mouth. But I think it's mentally a really good refreshment to get some something to drink. But definitely not everyone will do it.
It's been a hot and dry summer in Norway so far. Talking about drinking, Maridalsvannet in Oslo, giving drinking water to the Oslo region. Lowest height in ages.
Yeah, it's been dry, especially during May and April. Not much snow during this winter either, so it didn't fill up with water from the snow smelting as it used to be. And here he comes, Holland, in his favorite technique. Edvard Sandvik from Kjelsås is also there. And Nyenge. It's a trio now. Looks like the spectators are enjoying the
sun, some soda, jelly beans,
and the sport.
And of course, roller skiing.
Do you remember is cleaning the track? Håvard Moseby and Tønseth. They are going in duos and trios, all the national team athletes. I've been lucky.
Tønseth back on the national team this year. 1 year with the private team last year.
Yeah, it went out successfully.
He had a good year with his private coach, private sponsors, and I think that was like a wake-up call for him. Also getting back onto the national team.
He's one of the most professional athletes out there. He's going to bed at the same time every evening and wake up at the same time every morning. And here you see Raimo Vigans and Harald Amundsen. And Amundsen comes, I need to stop a bit maybe because of the others. Birger Hartmann.
Birger Hartmann had a really good start of the race. Can he keep it up all the way? 11.9k. And he's taking the lead with 56.8 seconds. He looks good.
He took a bronze medal in the National Team Sprint Championship this winter. That maybe shows that he will be one of the candidates for a good result also tomorrow. We will see.
Looking really fast up here. But he's not, he's 6.6 seconds behind the leader.
Massiero in the back of Vigans. A young Italian born in 2001. Alem, we saw in the picture.
Can't follow the duo in front of him. Does not look like he has the best day today. Living in Norway, Alvar decided to postpone the off-season, use April and the good snow conditions at Hagen to train, and had a lot of training during April and easier in May compared to the normal resting in April and starting training in May.
Simon Krüger.
Clear lead at 7.6.
A fantastic skier. Looks he have relaxed in his body. Low elbows, low shoulders. A fantastic leg work. The timing is unique.
Emil Iversen could not keep up with Krüger, but he's still passing 7.6 at 4th place. So it's not really Emil doing a bad race, it's just Krüger skiing insanely fast.
And then it will be exciting to see if Iversen was following his back too long and see how he will do the last kilometers.
And Nyenge is 21.9 behind Krüger.
Yeah. So, oh, here we have an accident maybe.
Yeah.
Oh.
Looks like he's okay, but
that costs energy when you need to re-accelerate that much. The curve is slow speed, so you don't lose so much time just because of the crash. But muscular and energy, it costs a lot when you re-accelerate. Here we have Iversen. He's fighting. He's tired, but he keep up the pace. This looks like he was following the back as long as he absolutely was able to. And when that line is going off, then it's yeah, it's tough.
It's tough, but he's still in the fight for the podium. So if he can find his own pace, push hard,
and keep calm, as it looks like he is doing. Really good timing here.
takes the lead with 0.1 second.
Yeah, ahead of Hartman. Hartman is impressing.
Emil was 4 seconds in front of Hartman at 7.6. So he's keeping his pace up pretty good, but Hartman is skiing even faster.
And Hartman has done the whole races alone, I think. I haven't seen him skiing together with any others. But of course it can happen as well. Yeah, you don't see the whole track. Holund 21.3 ahead of Iversen. Still skiing together with Nyenge. So that means that Nyenge was able to catch Holund after his crash.
At the TV point we've been following at 7.6. All the skiers have now passed, and we have Krüger in the lead, 21 in front of Nyenge, 35 in front of Henrik Dønnestad, and Mika Vermeulen at 4th place, 38 behind. There's Austrian skier. It's really tight from 3rd place and back. Iversen 5th, Holund 6th, Iver Tildheim Andersen 7th.
It looks like it's 6 guys fighting for the 3rd place. It's only it's less than 10 seconds between number 3 and 8.
Let's see if this can end in a happy ending for Mika Vermeulen.
That would be fun.
After this great start.
Yeah. He keeps everything together here, well technically done, and he's calm. Here you see also Alem Corset. But Henrik Dønnestad is the one we follow.
Henrik Dønnestad, 3rd place at 7.6, behind Krüger and Nyenge.
And Alem Corset has a tough day. You have seen him stronger.
Lars Youngvik finished 2nd place so far.
Last time we saw a skier with Dutch jeans that strong was, I believe it's Jan Jakob Bardenius. It starts to be some years ago, but I remember him from my childhood. He was competing for Holland, Netherlands, during the 90s, and was competing in a lot of roller ski races for Netherlands. But he changed nationality to Norway and was competing for Norway in the World Championship in 2001. He won the Sprint World Cup first season. It was a Sprint World Cup in cross-country skiing. He won it for Norway, and also have been the winner of the Rollerski World Cup overall, Jan Jakob Bardenius. So now we have Mika Vermeulen. That is Austrian, but with Dutch genes. We have Beckis, the one that won the competition for 100 meters of if they have on sprint bip after the race. Then it was 2.3 seconds faster than the second fastest one, what 100 first meters of the race. So that was a little show off from him. to show what he is able to do.
Gonna be interesting to look at him tomorrow at the sprint.
That's for sure.
He was sitting there, taking it easy. Looked like he was camping, putting up a tent.
Yeah. A bigger Hartmann. Fun to see how he skis here. It's all the way. Very offensive.
Great race from Birgit.
1 minute and 10 seconds ahead of the second fastest guy so far. That means that he has increased the gap with 5 seconds for the last 800 meters.
Holund leading, Nyenge in his back. They're changing up quite a bit here.
And Simon Krieger together with, who was that again? Another national team athlete.
Krieger skied away from Iversen.
Yeah.
26 here.
Henrik Dønnestad
Henrik
has
Dønnestad.
quitting the race. Maybe he will fulfill, but he has definitely slowed down.
Could be the heat.
Can be. So it's Andrew Young that is following Krieger. That means that Krieger has been skiing 2.5 minutes faster than Young.
Let's see how long Young can keep up. Another Italian guy coming to the finish.
Strong finish.
And beating his fellow countryman
Della Giacomo.
with 2 seconds.
So Hartmann is still in the lead with 1 minute and 10 seconds when 15 athletes has been finishing. That means that he has been much stronger than his seeding.
And Holund is keeping the pace up. He's what we in Norwegian call a ringrev, a guy he knows what he's doing.
A lot of routine. Done many strong 15 skating. Nikolai Holmboe, not the most aerodynamic pants I have seen in a race. I think there is maybe no meaning, but it's some seconds slower race just because of the choice of that that short.
Jesper Amundsen, 14.2. 6th place. It's on his last lap. Turner Nyenge fell. No problem for Alexander Holmboe.
The promising sprinter. I think he was in the final in the Junior World Championship this winter. Have a new chance tomorrow. close to 2 minutes behind Birger Hartmann.
Sjur Røther just passed 14.2.
So at 15.7 now, Iversen is 7 seconds ahead of Hartmann, so that means that he's having a strong finish. It's 1K left for 800 meters left for Iversen now, so looks like he will cross the finish line as a leader. Oh,
Oi,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
The Italian guys struggling in the turn.
Galassi,
Let's see if
former
Emil
biathletes.
can.
It's impressive what
Yeah.
Iversen do here. When he tried to follow Krüger and was not able. And
This is a strong finish.
yeah, 8.7 ahead of Hartmann.
7 seconds in the last 800 meters.
14.2K and Krüger is 1 minute ahead of Holland. And it, as you see there,
He's
it looked like he was skiing easily.
Yeah, this is so impressive.
Yeah.
He's like Superman, Batman, all of them combined. This is strong skiing. Holund takes the lead, 28.9 in front of Iversen.
So it looks like the Norwegian, I'm not surprised of that at all. They have been talking about how it will be compared with Rollerski specialists, but it's not about that. This is all skiers, they all are. The national Norwegian team is skiing at least as much as at roller skis than the Italians. In this track, I'm definitely not so surprised at all that they are dominating. But I expected more of Matteo Tanel. I did. He's 2 minutes behind Holund in the finish line, 7 at the moment. The world champion from last year, where he's beaten, among others, Sharvotkin and other top Russian athletes.
Emil is telling that it was really warm today. Felt like it was boiling out there.
But he is happy with what he did.
He was super happy.
And he impressed us. And for Vermeulen. Oh, he was really careful in that corner. Something happened with Vermeulen?
He lost a lot of time at the end here.
At 10K, Vermeulen was 1:13 behind Krüger. And now he crosses the finish line, 1:35 behind Holland. So we lost 45 seconds to Holland that lost
But it
5K.
looks on the times here that he lost it gradually. So
A tough start,
probably
maybe.
a tough start for Vermeulen. Harald Amundsen, one of the big names, is more than a minute behind Holund.
Bronze medalist from Oberstdorf, World Championship.
That means he will probably be more than 2 minutes behind Krüger.
Galassi at the 4th place at the finish so far. He, the former biathlete. He, that was the one that crashed in the curve, so 5 seconds maybe lost there, maybe more. Hartmann is beating Schurotter.
Great race from Hartmann today.
And Didrik Tønseth 130 behind Holland. Here he comes, the big hero of the day among the men skiers. Skånes did a strong race among the ladies, and here we have something similar.
Yeah, probably even more impressive.
Winning with
The whole stadium cheering him on through the finish line.
1:11 ahead of Holland.
Kids, parents, skiers, animals, trolls, everyone is cheering on Krüger today.
And it's a lot of trolls in Telemark, so in the
For
forest. And the best foreign skier, Birger Hartmann, Germany. It will be exciting to see how it will be in the winter time then, when the Russians is not on the lists. It can be something similar.
Yeah. Krüger 50 seconds in front of Nyenge at 14.2, and we're waiting for Nyenge to the finish line. See if he can keep it under a minute.
Here's Youngie coming. Andrew Young, Scottish skier. He moved to Norway when he was 17 years old, I think. Until then he lived in Scotland.
Moved to Geilo.
Yeah. And Joey Davis with a fantastic start.
Yeah.
Crossing the finish line at 11th place. So a little bit too speedy in the beginning.
Bit fast in the beginning, but still a good performance.
Definitely.
11th.
That's better than I expected.
Beating strong Norwegian guys like Fjorden Re, Sandvik, Amund Korseth.
Yeah. And Nyenge takes the second place.
Second place. Bånerud and Moseby, the two last guys out on the track. But there's no doubt about the podium anymore. Third place, Hans-Christer Holund. Second place, Martin Nyenge. And the winner, Simen Krüger.
Winning with 52 seconds.
With Emil Iversen on fourth place, the Norwegian national team takes
Top 5.
top four.
Top 4.
With Iver Tillheim Andersen, the national B team, on fifth place. And then a pleasant surprise with Birger Hartmann, sixth place.
7. And Mikael Galassi 8. Amundsen, the medalist from the World Championship in Oberstdorf, 9th. And Didrik Tønseth, 10th. So I think we can expect something like this also the coming winter. Of course, we hope that with more nations among top 10, and definitely in some races it will be. But I will not be surprised if we see a very strong Norwegian domination the following year, when the Russians is banned from participating. And of course, if they was able to be competing, the Russians will be here with a strong team, and also Ukraine used to take part in these races, and often also Belarusian. But yeah, that's how the world situation is for at the moment. But it's just, I would like to have more Swedes at the start list. They're sending only one senior athlete, and Lynn did a really well performance with a 3rd place, and she will be really hard to beat tomorrow. But no senior Swedes. That's the first time in the World Cup race for many years, but it's because of they're having training camps in the A, B, and C team in Sweden. So it's hard to combine and be able to do everything. But in the opening in the Norwegian Swedish Cup, they was all participating there, so they will come back more in the races in August.
We have some interesting stuff going on in Sweden. Where some of the strongest girls are breaking out of the national team.
Yeah, that's interesting. And Maja, I haven't talked with her after this happened, but I guess it's something with, like, she's together with American
Kevin Bolger.
And if he is following the national team traveling schedule, and she is following national team schedule for the Swedes, then it would be hard to meet each other except of the races during the winter time. And even then they can stay on different hotels and don't have time to meet each other. So I think it's an investment in the relationship. It's speculation, but I believe so. But you also have Frida Karlsson.
Alvar Alem coming to the finish line. He's given up. This is not Alvar's normal level.
No, that's for sure.
We have a traditional running test in Oslo, and Alvar ran last week really fast. So I know Alvar's shape should be way better than what he showed us today.
There's the last guy on the track, I think, Kjetil Bonnerud. Looks like he is going all in at the finish.
Top 30 for Kjetil.
Well done.
And that's also World Cup points. Kjetil, who was one of the best skiers in his region in the US college circuit. The college circuit is divided into 3 different regions: West, East, and Northwest.
He has suffered a lot. You saw. I miss that feeling. I wish I could be there. I wouldn't be possible for me to do a good race among the top on 15K skating. But I love the feeling when 15K is not longer than you're always close to the finish line, and you can push yourself to the limits, and you know you will survive anyway. It's a lovely feeling. Maybe not feeling that now, but in some minutes he will come back to himself.
And here we see the top 10. 8 Norwegian guys, 1 German guy, and 1 Italian.
Vermeulen from Austria, 11. Joey Davis with a fantastic start now, competing for Great Britain.
Lars Youngvik, 22. Andrew Young, 23. And we also have a skier from China, Ma Qiufei.
Yeah. Tomorrow I think Wang Qiang will take part. The rocket sprinter.
Wang Qiang training with Paul Truan Aune.
Among others, yes. And the Chinese team is still in Europe training because of the COVID situation in China. It costs too much to go back, not in money, but in effort, and you have to be in quarantine and everything. So it's better for them to stay here and train and prepare. And Wang Qiang, the improvement he had had the last 2 years is impressive. And with a podium place in Drammen in the winter, and what he did in Olympics until he got disqualified was also fantastic. Of course, it was sad for Paul Goldberg that also lost his chances to do a good sprint, but Wang Qiang showed that the level is definitely among the best in the world. So, and in roller skiing, we know he's really strong. Why that? He's skiing strong, he used gravity well, and the speed is what his strongest side. So tomorrow, if he takes part, if he starts, he will be among the favorites.
And we can see that the audience is getting back home. Race is over. And we'll hear some comments from the national team coach, Nossum. Nossum is telling that he really thought Krüger would do good today, and Krüger was his favorite. So no surprises there. As we talked about earlier today, this is a 15K, but in World Cup this year they will ski 10K. And Nossum is joking about this being one of the last 15Ks before the World Champs, where they ski 15K. Great effort from the Norwegian national team today. Sjurøte, who ended up in 7th place, 2:08 behind Krüger, has been sick most of the spring. So taking that into account, it's a pretty good race from Sjur today.
And it's not many 15K before the World Championship next winter, so he was saying it's a bit humoristic, but that almost a qualification race for the national team.
It's been a great day in Telemark. Opening day of World Cup Rollerski. Victory for Simen Krüger
and Marte Skånes. Both of them have been outstanding strong, I think. And what they did technically and physically impressed me a lot in this track. That is, need to push hard all the way. It's not much rest because you don't have the steepest and longest uphills. Then you don't get you cannot sit in hockey and rest for many seconds. So you need to push hard, up the climbs, down the hills. So what they did was extremely impressive.
Sprint tomorrow. Thank you for following us. We hope you will watch the sprint tomorrow. We look forward to it. Have a great evening.
Yeah, bye-bye.
straks klar til premieutdeling for dagens siste konkurranse, som herrene. Vi skal bare si at straks etter det skal vi også avgjøre konkurransen mellom fanklubbene, eller heiaklubbene på tribunen. Og så vil jeg også si at i morgen fortsetter jo World Cup med sprint i Bø. Så det kanalrennet i Lunde på søndag. Da vi klare til siste premieutdeling. Ladies and gentlemen, the prize-giving ceremony for the FIS Rollerski World Cup in Notodden, Norway, men seniors. Third place from Norway, Lynn Oslo, Hans Christer Alem. Second place and runner-up, also from Norway, Lillehammer Skiklubb, Martin Løvstrøm Liege. And I give a big hand for the outstanding winner, also from Lynn Oslo, Simen Hekstad Krüger. We will all get some. Representing Norway, idrettslaget Baden, Emil Iversen. Fifth place, also from Norway, Rustad idrettsforening Oslo, Iver Tillheim Andersen. And sixth place, representing Germany, Fagerfeld Bad Berleborg, Birger Hartmann. So, big round of applause for the sixth best in this exciting race today with Simen in yellow as the welcome leader. Full applause for the sixth best. Samtidig så skal jeg si at vi skal straks avgjøre også konkurransen mellom heiagjengene på tribunen. Hører dere meg? Ja? Kjære publikum, takk for en fantastisk dag. Takk for at dere lagde så mye heiroping, og takk for en fantastisk innsats, alle sammen. Og jeg må også takke Karl Lie, som han ble så sliten mot hjem etter å fyre dere opp. Så vi hadde til sammen 14 gjenger. 14. Men til slutt måtte vi velge de 3, jeg skal ikke si de 3 beste, men de 3 som utmerket seg litt mer. Og så før det vil jeg takke Sparebank N Sørøst-Norge for disse 3 flotte premiene. Så, 3. plass går til, er dere klare? Er dere klare? Snøk Notodden L Innebandy Club.